A happy Monday morning to you. I am Donna Kreis, and this is Monday Messages. And how are you doing? I hope this does find you well. We had a rather relaxing weekend, so I'm pretty much, wow, they're just going everywhere this morning. I am pretty recharged and ready to be back here with you by the hearth. So, thought I dropped a card. I came in this morning and was very pleasantly surprised. Each week, I am starting to do mini readings in my group, The Enchanted Hearth, and I do 5 of them each week. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that I had 5 requests already this morning. So, if you are among those who did not get within the first 5, I do them every week. So just check back next week. And if you would like a reading sooner, I do those. You can schedule one of those from my website as well. I will put the link in there when I'm done here. So what does Spirit want us to know this week? Hmm. The King of Autumn. This is one of my favorite cards. I love horses. I have since I was a child. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, grounded. Gypsy Vonner horse. Everything is going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. So if you are proposing, if you have been inspired to start a new project, then Spirit is telling you it's going to go just fine. The thing is, though, is we need to surrender. We need to let go. If we are inspired by it, it's the doing of Spirit or our angel team or whoever you seek guidance from. You need to surrender it because ego will take the reins and it will either run you in circles or it will take you in directions that you really don't want to go. So, what you're being asked to do here is surrender to this project. Don't get in your head about it. Allow yourself to be guided. And then it will turn out great. I know that's difficult to do sometimes because we get so excited about something and we can get in our heads and go, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. And I actually had that happen to me last week. And I was inspired to start doing business life coaching sessions. I still haven't come up with the name for it, um, but my mind, ego, decided to go in 1,000 different directions, um, revamp my donnachrist.com website, and just took me on a merry chase. And then when I came back from it, when I slowed down and really felt into it, I realized I didn't want to create a whole new branch. I wanted to incorporate it into what I'm already doing because I really feel as though I'm being led into exciting directions, But ego, my mind, will just have me going in circles if I'm not careful. So surrender, let go. If you're inspired to do something, say, that's great. I'd love to do that. How do we go about doing that? And then let go. Allow yourself to be guided. And let's see. 9 of Winter, the sea lion. Your worries and fear aren't real. Your worries and fear aren't real. They're an illusion, often fueled by ego, often fueled by subconscious fears, subconscious thoughts that have been buried. They're not real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. Oftentimes, well, 95% of the time, the stuff we run into is old baggage. Old baggage that has been lodged in our subconscious since we were 6 years old. 6 years old. Basically, and I've said this before, basically, we are a bunch of kindergartners, early elementary school kids running around in our parents' clothing and playing at adulting, because that is what fuels our reactions and our actions. When we get in touch with ourselves, our true selves, and we allow that guidance to come through, when we're really grounded in ourselves and self actualized, self realized, then we go from being early and early elementary school kids running around in our parents' clothing to ancient beings in a human suit. And then the projects that we undertake are that much easier. It's ego that literally gets in our head and starts telling us everything that we need to do. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this right. And it will run us on a merry chase till we don't know whether we're coming or going. But if we connect, consciously slow down, get out of our heads, and consciously connect with that ancient divine being within us, the one that can see the biggest picture of all. When we connect with that being, things do become easier, things become more clear. We aren't as confused. So, Spirit is asking us, get out of your head, get into your true self, get connected with your true self. Because it is when we are living from the place of our true self that everything falls into place. And then one more card. The 8 of Winter, the bunting. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you greater self confidence if you affirm your freedom. Many of us find ourselves stuck, lacking freedom, in a place where we feel trapped. The truth of the matter is, though, we are our own jailers. We have the key to unlock the cell that we feel trapped in. When we connect with our higher divine self, and that's not exactly connecting with that higher divine self. I learned last week isn't what we expect it to be. I always thought that to connect with my higher self, I needed to be high in the sky. And the truth of the matter is, when we connect with our higher self, we embody our higher self. Our higher self is always with us. But when we are ungrounded, we're not really fully connecting or embodying our higher self. I have been consciously on my spiritual journey at least 20, 30 years. And I came to the belief that the higher I got, the more disconnected from my body I got, the more connected with my higher self I would become. The truth of the matter is, we bring our higher self into our body. And when we bring it and embody it, that is when we really start living as our higher self. And when we start living and really connecting with our higher self, that's when we gain the greater self confidence. That's when we are truly free. That's when the fears and worries and anxiety dissipate. It's because when we fully embody our higher selves and become our spirit selves here on earth, we know that this is all just an illusion. The fears are an illusion. And the more that we start connecting and the more we start listening, the safer we are. And I have a perfect example of this. Yesterday, my husband and I went to go see our eldest child, our son. He's a part of the Society for Creative Anachronisms, and he had fighter practice. And we went to go watch him. We said that we would get there at a certain time, but we talked and thought, let's leave a little early, then we'll get a chance to actually sit and talk with our son before he gets started. So we left earlier than we originally had planned. And when we got there, we discovered that not 10 minutes after we went through this certain underpass to get where we were going, there was a collision, a multiple car collision, and a car that overturned. If we had left the time that we originally had planned, we would have probably been involved in that collision. So when we listen to divine guidance, and divine guidance is not a booming voice above your head, it's a small little voice inside that guides you. It's quiet, it's not loud, it's subtle. But when we listen to that voice and follow its direction, we are safer than when we don't. It will never steer us wrong. Sometimes it will guide us to things that we would rather not experience, but there is always a higher purpose to it. It sees the biggest picture of all, and it is guiding us to our highest good. And sometimes we need to go through heartache to get to our highest good. Sometimes we need to face failure to get to our highest good. There are a lot of successful people who experienced failure after failure after failure after failure before they became successful. Every failure, they learned something new. We as humans have been taught that failure is a bad thing. It's not. Failure is nothing more than a building block to success. And if we live our lives fearing failure, not doing things because we fear failure, we may never reach the success that we're meant for. Last year, I I uh, I have been doing this since July of 2019. And so I'm coming up on 2 years. And last year I kept going and it didn't seem like anything was happening. And my team kept telling me, keep moving forward, keep going, keep trying, consistency. I'm still in that space. I'm still in that space, but I feel like I'm finally gaining traction. I feel like I'm connecting with more of you. And that is the greatest step forward ever, I think. So, the biggest message today is take the time, slow down, listen, connect with your higher self, embody your higher self. Take the steps necessary to embody your true and higher self because that's when the miracles start happening. So, I hope you have a wonderful week, my dear friend. You take care, and I will see you again next week. And if you would like to connect with me more, I will put the link for the free Enchanted Hearth group. It's here on Facebook, and I will put that link in the comments below. I hope that you will join us. We are a growing tribe of bright lights. I hope to see you there. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.